The ballots here in Austria have been open for 3 hours now, but it's expected that not so many people will show up to cast their vote because it's so likely that the incumbent President Alexander van der Bellen will be re-elected as head of state. It's not an election of a head of government who is the chancellor in Austria and who has most power, but the president, the head of state, is mostly a representational figure. He does, though, have the power to dissolve the parliament and call for new elections, and he is also the leader of the Austrian armed forces. So who is Alexander van der Bellen, who is likely to win today? He used to be a professor of economics before becoming the leader of the Green Party, but today it's not just the Green Party supporting him, but all major center-left and center-right parties. None of them have their own candidate, and Alexander van der Bellen is quite old. He will be 79 years old if he, during his second term, if he's re-elected, which makes him the oldest Austrian president so far during his second term. He represents the establishment. He has been described as a bit of a passive figure, showing little involvement in the past crises that Austria had to endure, such as the COVID pandemic, but also major political crisis. But that's basically the office of head of state, who should be more or less a passive figure. So there are 7 candidates today, and none of them are women. Among them is Alexander van der Bellen, and the other person who has the most chances to compete with him is the leader or the candidate of the far-right party. His name is Walter Rosenkranz, who is basically stands for anti-migration, and he's against any COVID restrictions. The ballots will close in about 6-7 hours, when the first results, the first projections are expected to come in, and if incumbent President van der Bellen won't win or won't have a majority of votes at the first round, then there will be a second round at these elections, which might be tighter between him and the competitor from the far-right party.
Thank you very much indeed, Johannes. That's our correspondent Johannes Fleischberger reporting in Vienna.